guys, welcome to my first vlog. This is a how to travel healthy vlog. So I'm going skiing in a couple days in America. I've got a very long flight and I'm going to be a little bit on the road there. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I've put in my bags that's going to keep me healthy on the road and give me a couple healthy options. I always like to take backup food and stuff because if you don't have good food, you're not going to be in a good mood and you're just going to be, well, I'm going to be stressed and stuff, and food is my #1 priority because if I don't have good food, I don't feel good, and if I don't feel good, I can't have a fun holiday. So this is what I'm taking in my bag underneath the plane. Okay, so this might seem excessive, but I actually have more downstairs. I am taking tons of canned tuna. This brand is the best. It's all sustainably caught and it's actually in 100% olive oil, unlike most other brands. And I'm taking lots of salmon with me. So I've got tons of essential oils in here that I'm taking with me for like literally every purpose. I just want them all. So I've only left 2 behind. I just want them all. So I'm taking all of them with me because they all just are freaking incredible. So I'm taking them as well in my carry-on. I also like to take some Dr. Bronner's soap, just as like a non-toxic version of stuff, because you can't always get good soap in hotels and whatnot, and at least then I have a little something. Okay, so I've showed you some of the things I'm taking in my big bag. Now I'm also adding activated charcoal in my big bag. So this is really good for internal cleaning, getting rid of toxins. If you've had bad gas on the flight, to have one of these when you get off, when you get to your hotel, and then you can like shit your brains out, it's really great. So would definitely recommend having them. It's just that if you have one at night or whatever, the next morning have a probiotic, because sometimes it can wipe out some of the good bacteria in your gut as well. So I take the activated charcoal tablets. So it's just like that in a tablet, and you can even take them on the plane if you want, if you've got some bad gas, and just shit your brains out in the plane. Doesn't really matter. Or just fart your brain out in the plane, like whatever. Pretend it's the person next to you. Okay, so I take that in my big bag. Actually, I might just take it in my little bag because why not? And then I'm taking a whole pile of stuff to support my immune system, because I've been getting, like you've probably seen from my Instagram stories, I was recently in hospital with quinsy, which is basically like really fucking bad tonsillitis, and I reckon it was from all the flying I was doing. So I'm taking lots of stuff for my immune system so that it stays strong, but also because when I get off these antibiotics, I need to pump myself full of good stuff because these antibiotics have wiped me out big time. So I'm taking zinc with vitamin C powder. I've got some mushrooms. So it's a combination of cordyceps and reishi and shiitake mushrooms and coreolus mushrooms. Anyway, it tastes like poo, but actually it kind of tastes like Coke. So it's basically the same thing as poo. But I'm taking that with me. More vitamin C. I've got some activated B6 in case I'm just a bit tired and I need my body needs a little bit of help just detoxifying or giving me some energy. And then I've also got my cycle essentials. I haven't started taking these yet, but I'm excited to start taking them. So they're actually from Dr. Libby, and you can get them on our website. And I've also got some really strong immune boosting stuff from my naturopath to help me when I'm away as well. So they're all my supplements that I'm taking with me. I'm taking them all in my big carry-on that goes under the plane, because I don't actually need them on the plane. I've also got Digest Zen, which is incredible for bloating and stuff when you're traveling, and just like any time really if you've eaten something bad at a restaurant. So I'm taking that. I've got Balance with me for the plane. I've got some Zendocrine. So this is awesome for getting rid of like toxins your body doesn't need. So rub a bit of that on your feet when you're flying, and that's going to help get rid of any toxins, or if people are sick around you, it's going to help that. I want some lemon essential oil to pop in my water or hot water to help soothe my stomach if I'm feeling a little bit bloated, and just help get digestive enzymes going. Plus it tastes good. I'm taking On Guard with me to stop me from getting sick on the plane and just guard me basically. So I'll put a bit of that on my feet. But I'll show you guys this when I'm on the plane. I'm also taking grapefruit with me because that's just delicious in water. That is my essential oil collection for the plane. So now I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm taking with me food-wise on the plane. So obviously I don't eat any of the plane food. I'm not going to take you through the whole entire food prep because you'll just get bored. But I will talk you through a few things that I'm doing. So firstly, I'm cutting up a whole pile of veggies to take on the plane with me. Another thing I'm doing is adding, basically making like my own little bag of nuts, which I'll put in this reusable bag. So pecan is all activated as well. So I've just made my mix full of nuts and some pumpkin seeds and coconut chips for the plane. Okay, now what I'm doing is making some like chia seed, flaxseed porridge, and I'm going to pop it in this jar, and just the chia, flax and desiccated coconut in the jar to take it on the plane. And then I'm taking a can of coconut milk, and then all I have to do is add some coconut milk into here on the plane with some hot water and mix it together. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut, and I'll add 2 tablespoons of flax seeds and 2 tablespoons of chia seeds as well. Okay, so in here I've got all of the chia seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds and desiccated coconut, and I'm gonna add some cinnamon in there as well for some spices, and I'm going to add some vanilla bean too. There we go. Okay, so everything is in there, the chia seeds, the flax seeds, desiccated coconut, cinnamon, and vanilla. And then all I have to do on the plane is add this, and I will show you guys when I do it. Okay, now I'm going to make chicken balls for the plane. So basically it's meatballs and I freeze them, and they act as then they can like thaw out slowly for like 8 hours. So you're gonna add 1 onion, and then 500 grams of chicken mince, some oregano for flavor. That's a lot of oregano. Mash it all together, and then we're gonna roll it up into balls. Okie dokie, next up guys, we are doing avocado and basil dip. So it's perfect for dipping veggie sticks in on the plane. So all it is basil in a little food processor with a whole avocado, a little bit of water and lemon juice, lots of salt and pepper. I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's so good, and it lasts for ages on the plane because you don't need to refrigerate it. So I've got the avocado, a whole avocado, some basil, lemon juice, and salt and pepper, and I'm going to whiz it up. So now I'm making my delicious tahini sauce, which is gonna go with my sweet potato fries and some of my veggie sticks. So I wanted to show you guys that when you mix the water and the tahini together, it goes disgusting, but you just gotta keep adding water and keep mixing it. And I keep giving water and mixing it, and then it will turn into a much better consistency like that. Okay, so I finished making all my fruits, and now I'm gonna run through it with you guys. So, in my salad, it's spinach, cauliflower, eggplant, broccoli, and broccolini, all roasted in the oven, so it's not watery. Otherwise you'll get like a bloody soup down the bottom. And no zucchini. Don't cook zucchini and take it on the plane, because you will get water down the bottom of your container and it's disgusting, so don't do zucchini. I've got 3 organic cucumbers, top and tailed, in a bag, ready for snacks or whatever. I've got 3 chicken balls from the ones that I made before. Now I'm gonna put these in the freezer. So they're gonna freeze overnight, and then that way I can have them for dinner tomorrow night, 8 hours later, and because they'll slowly defrost. so they kind of act like a bit of an ice pack for themselves. So they're gonna go in the freezer now. And hopefully I remember them tomorrow, because I have forgotten them before on a long trip. Then I've got sweet potato chips. Now, sweet potato is my key for not getting constipated when you're flying, and not feeling really bloated and constipated after a flight and when you get to the destination. Often when people travel, they get really constipated and whatnot because of the flying, the change of environment, change of water and everything. Sweet potato is like a lifesaver. It will keep you feeling so good on the flight and after the flight. Plus pumpkin. I like cutting off the pumpkin skin and then just grilling, not like baking the pumpkin skin. It's so yummy. And I also roasted some green beans like that. So again, they're not watery and they're kind of like almost a little bit dehydrated, so they don't get all like soggy by tomorrow. And then I've got my tahini dip, which I showed you before. Now, this is a lot of tahini dip. It's also for mum and my sister, so don't worry, I won't be eating all this. I think I'd probably throw up if I ate all of this. That is really awesome to have with my sweet potato chips. Any veggies, I have it with everything. Cucumber, and then it's also great to have with my chopped up carrot and capsicum. Now with this, I put a little bit of, so I don't cut up my cucumbers because they're gonna go soggy. I keep them whole and just top and tail them. And then my carrots I cut up because they're fine. And my capsicum, it also stays pretty crunchy. But I put a little bit of paper towel on the bottom. Now I know some particles probably get in the food and I eat a little bit of plastic particle or whatever, but it's still better than plain food and it means they're not getting soggy. So I keep that down the bottom of it just to make sure that there's no like moisture and they don't get all really wet and soggy. So that's one capsicum and a carrot as well. Actually that's two carrots. Then I've got my avocado and basil dip that I showed you guys before. It's already got a little bit brown on top. It will go a bit brown, it's just oxidizing. It doesn't matter, like you can still eat it. Just mix it in when you're on the plane, it's fine. And then, as I showed you, I've got my flax and chia porridge, which I will mix in with half a can of coconut milk and some boiling water from the air hostesses. And that will be another meal. Oh, and I do like to pack a little bit extra because you just don't know, like, what if the flight is really, really delayed? What if you get stuck somewhere because of weather? You just want to be prepared. So my nut and coconut chip sort of pack is like my emergency pack for if I need to be prepared if we get really delayed. Then it means I've got some healthy fat and protein to keep me going so I don't get hangry as I get hangry. So that is it for my plain food for about 20 hours. Remembering that my flight is early afternoon, so I'll actually have like, hope I don't really sleep that much on planes. I just can't for some reason. But hopefully with the help of my essential oils, I will be able to, my lavender and stuff, which I will show you guys on the plane. But it is an overnight flight, so there is going to be like 10 hours where I won't need to eat. And I will try not to eat for my digestion because your digestion needs a break every day. So I will try not to eat for 10 hours and try to sleep, but you know, probably not going to happen. And you're on the plane, you're bored, you're sitting there watching movies, and it's kind of like you just get bored until you get hungry. So hence I packed a little bit of extra food, and like I don't normally snack, but hence I've packed veggies as snacks because they've got some good water in them to keep you hydrated, but two, they'll fill you up. And so I'm not snacking on like, you know, too many coconut chips or nuts that I feel sick. I'm then using the veggies instead. So yeah, so it is the morning of the flight and I am making a bulletproof coffee because it's easy to digest and you don't want to be sticking a whole pile of food in your body before you get on a plane, because then when you go up in the air, shit's just gonna go bananas.